for the pay raise.
If you could maybe point it up, maybe on that side.
Okay.
Guess I'll just pick this one.
Okay.
Whoops. There we go. There you go. I don't know where you got a spot. We want the reporters in the middle here. Y'all want to crowd over here so he has one place to
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
It's all right here. You want to? We're gonna put on this one too, so it has one direction.
Let me know when you're ready. Good to go? All right. So I'm Acting Chief Rick Edwards, EDWARDS. Today I'm going to be speaking to you about a homicide followed by an officer-involved shooting that took place in our city. I want to stress that we're in the early stages of this investigation. Some of the facts that I'm going to relay today may change a bit, but this is the best information we have at the time. But in order to be transparent with the community, I want to give an update. So at 10:39 a.m., officers of the 2nd Precinct responded to a 911 call in the 1100 block of Evergreen Avenue for a report of a shooting inside the residence. Within 3 minutes, officers from the 2nd Precinct arrived on scene, and within minutes after that, based upon the nature of the call, they felt it prudent to breach the door. They breached the door and observed an adult female down inside suffering from gunshot wounds. She was alive at the time, but was subsequently taken to a local hospital where unfortunately 2 hours later she passed away. While that is happening, officers, information in that original 911 call was relayed to other officers throughout the city. 4th Precinct officers were given a suspect name and description and a vehicle description. So at 11:09 hours, officers of the 4th Precinct observed the suspect vehicle in the 4200 block of North Avenue. They immediately exited their vehicle and encountered the suspect, and shots were fired by Richmond Police. The suspect was taken to a local hospital where he is in critical but stable condition. A firearm, we believe belonging to the suspect, was recovered from the scene. At that point, I can answer a few questions, but those are the facts as we know them at this time.
Did the suspect fire any shots towards officers? Did he reveal his weapon? Kind of what led to that?
That's part of the investigation. At this point, we're reviewing camera footage from the area as well as the officers' BWCs, the body-worn cameras, which were activated at the time of the shooting. So we may have more information on that as the investigation progresses, but at this time, we're not prepared to say that.
Did officers describe how he was acting when they encountered him?
It was incredibly quick. So based upon the video that we have seen, it was within a second or two of them exiting the vehicle where both officers discharged their weapons.
When officers got to the residence, what made them want to breach the door?
The nature of the call, it was very specific about a person being down inside, and out of a concern for anyone's safety, they breached the door with tools, and like I said, I'm thankful they did because they found her and gave her a chance at survival. Unfortunately, she passed away, but she was taken to an emergency room where she received treatment.
How many officers fired shots? 1, 2, more than that?
2 officers. They're assigned to the 4th Precinct. One of the officers is an 8-year veteran. The other is a 6-year veteran, and they're currently assigned to the 4th Precinct's focused mission team.
Is state police now assisting in the investigation?
No, they responded. As you may have seen, there were troopers on scene with us, but they've offered help to us, and at this time, I think we have both scenes contained.
We've heard reports that this might have been like a wife-husband type of relationship. Are you able to confirm any details of these two being related to each other?
You know, that's the information we have at this time. We haven't confirmed identities, but at this time, we believe that it is a female in her 50s and a male who is in his early 60s.
Chief, so this started on Evergreen Avenue, which is in the Southside,
Yes.
and then it moved up to here in the North Side. So how did that connection get made? How did you know that you had the right suspect?
We had the 911 call, as I said, was very detailed. We had a very descriptive information about the vehicle, including the tag. So the officers were sure they had the right vehicle at least. And when they encountered the suspect, they discharged their firearms after the encounter.
So they identified him by the vehicle he was in?
Yes.
And just confirming that again, so you are confirming that it was a husband and wife relationship, or that's still up in the air?
It's still up in the air.
Okay.
I can just tell you that it was definitely an adult female and definitely an adult male, and we believe the female is in her 50s and the male is in his early 60s.
We've also, I think, heard some reports that this might be tied to the Henrico triple shooting where the suspect died in North Carolina. Are you able to make any of those ties yet? Or?
Not yet.
Are you looking for anybody else? Think you have everybody?
At this point, we have no information that the public's at risk, and we're not looking for any other suspects.
Where exactly in this area did officers encounter this suspect?
Right back there. So where you see the flashing lights with the big box truck.
The white truck, like in the shopping center?
Yes.
Okay.
Chief, one quick question for you. Did the officers say whether or not the suspect brandished his weapon? I know they recovered a weapon, but he's in a car, right? So you imagine he's whatever's sitting in the car. Did he point a gun out the window? Did he do something else? I mean, or did they just ID him by the license plate and then shoot him?
That's still part of the investigation. We'll have more. I'm not prepared to say that, except we have reviewed video camera at the scene, and detectives are reviewing their body-worn cameras and attempting to talk to the officers at this time.
Is the body-worn camera going to be released at some point?
That'll depend. We're going to have a conversation with the Commonwealth's Attorney's Office. The suspect is still alive, and hopefully will survive this encounter and hopefully be put on trial for this incident. So that's all evidence in that case.
Where did the suspect get hit?
I'm not sure and not prepared to discuss it.
With the investigation going on now, are the two officers, are they on suspension, or is
They're gonna.
not working?
We will be placing them on paid administrative leave at this point, which is our standard practice for any officer that uses force, deadly force in this circumstance.
Are you able to let us know how many shots were fired?
That's still part of the investigation. It's unclear at this point.
Can you clarify, was he shot inside the car or outside of his car?
He was outside of his car. And I should say too that the officers immediately after securing the suspect started rendering aid to his wounds before the ambulance came and took him off scene.
Can you say anything to some of the residents who were talking to us and had concerns?
Right.
You know, just the nature of the whole deal. What can you tell them?
Right, I'm sure it was a very frightening encounter, and we just want to let them know that that there is no ongoing threat at this point that we're aware of, and we're sorry for the stress that they're under. We know that this is a challenging time for them, and we know that there were plenty of people outside, and if they saw something, we'd ask them to call us as well. We're conducting a canvass right now. We're recovering other video sources of evidence and talking with folks who may have witnessed this. So anyone can obviously call Crime Stoppers if they want to remain anonymous, or they can call us directly at 911 and we'll have a detective speak to them.
We hear a lot about using tech to follow cars around the city or license plates and things like that. And it kind of sounds like you're suggesting that's what went on here. I wonder if you could say a little bit about the power you have now to find people faster using this kind of software, and if that was something that played a role in this case.
Well, it's unclear if that's the source of this at this point. I'm not prepared to discuss it, except to say that we are utilizing technology every day in our police department in general terms. But it's unclear if it played a role in this investigation. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure.
Come back. Mine's that one.
This one.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh,
This one. Wrong one.
there we go. Thank you.
Appreciate Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, guys.